Good Shabbos. I'm going to invite you, please, as you're coming in, please come sit close to me. I am leading here up here by myself, which means we are all leading together. So that means I need you close to me so I can hear your voices. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ya ya la la la, oh ay ya la la la, ay ya la la la, oh ay ya la la la, ay ya la 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 la, oh ay ya la la la. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, it's nice to see you. Really good to see you. Hi. Hi. Mazal Tov, we're here welcoming, special welcome to graduating seniors, people who have graduated this year from high school. If that's you, will you raise your hand? But proudly. This is a big accomplishment, Mazal Tov. I want to welcome you into this space. My name is Ariel. It is a joy. It is an honor of my life to be a rabbi here at Shir Tikva. Rabbi Joey is currently leading a Bar Mitzvah service, Shabbat, for his cousin in Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh. So, yeah, we're bridging. This is a service where masks are recommended, and if you want to be sitting with people who are wearing masks, and look, you're doing so great. Look, here's a place where people are wearing masks, and here's a place where people are mixed together wearing masks and not. So just make choices about space in ways that feel good. Okay. Shir Tikva of my heart. This place is very precious. Seniors, thank you for growing up here. Tiny humans, we're really glad you're here. Elders, whether you have been in many different stages of life at Shir Tikva or whether you have joined this community as elders, thank you. Human beings, all of you who are wrestling with what it means to be in Jewish community right now, and how to be whole in Jewish community, and how to turn to our tradition, and how to turn to each other for grounding and wisdom and challenge, because my God, each of us needs to be challenged. Thank you. This is a community that is in movement. And that means that more than ever, we need to be reaching to each other, to check in, to welcome each other, and to remind each other how much you matter. So Shir Tikva of my heart, thank you on this beautiful Shabbat as we enter the month of Sivan, as we near Shavuot and Revelation. Thank you for being brave in community. Thank you for talking about Gaza. Thank you for talking about Israel and Palestine. Thank you for finding ways towards each other over these last many months, after many years of not getting to learn how to talk with each other. So we are in movement. We are learning together. But thank you, this Shabbat, for coming together to welcome, and coming together to welcome, God willing, a little bit of peace and a little bit of wholeness, a little bit closer. So hi, shiny eyes. Just going to take a moment. I'm going to ask, is anyone here for the very first time? Hi, welcome. Yay, what a great day. Is anyone here for the first time in a really long time? Hi, welcome back. Did anyone here experience a big milestone this week? Yes. Sorry, did not mean to look so significantly. If there's anyone here who celebrated big milestones this week, Mazal Tov to you. I'm going to invite our seniors and their families up to the bima to light candles. There are birthdays in the chat. Happy birthday, Sarah. Come on. You haven't been up here since your mitzvah. Come on, you. Does anyone remember who this is? Well, is this great? We'll hear words from Nat Ching Deutsch just a little bit later in the service. So we'll open our Sidurim and greet Shabbat on page 12. Lechu Niranana Ladonai Nariya Litzoyishenu Nikadema Fanav Betoda Bizmirot Narialo Lechuneranena Ladonai Nariya Litzoyishenu Nikadema Fanav Betoda Bizmirot Narialo Hayalai Halalai Ayo Hayalai We'll continue on page 13. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Barechu Shemo, Baseru miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Sapru vagoyim kevodo bechol hamim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umulal meod norahu al kol Elohim ki kol Elohei hamim elilim v'Adonai shamayim asa hod v'hadar panav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו יעלוס הדי וכל אשר בו אז ירננו כל הצער לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט הבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו יא לה 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 יא לה 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 right, page 17, last little stanza. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. We'll turn to our colorful sheets. We'll sing Ana B'choach. Ana B'choach B'choach Gedulat Yemincha Yemincha Tatir Tzerura Kabel Rinat Amecha Sagveinu Tareinu Nora Ana B'choach B'choach Gedulat Yemincha Yemincha Tatir Tzerura Kabel Rinat Amcha Sagveinu Tareinu Nora Ana B'choach Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tzerura Kabel Rinat Amecha Sagveinu Tareinu Nora Ay ay alay alay Ay 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 alay Ay 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 alay Ay 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 yo Ay 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 alay Ay 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 alay Ay 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 alay Ay 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 yo Ay 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 alay Ay 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 alay Ay 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 yo. We'll turn to page 20. We'll sing L'Chadodi. When we get to the 9th verse, we'll open up the doors to 50th Street and we'll go out, anyone who wants to, and greet Shabbat out there. I think something very special about spiritual community, which is chosen community, which is chosen family, complicated, is that we get to reimagine what it means to make home. And so much of what we've been doing over these years of throwing open our doors and rushing out to greet Shabbat, I think is embodying a sense of what it means to say welcome home and challenging ourselves to do that with as much fullness. And so I just want to invite us as we come to Lecha Dodi tonight to embody that, whether that means turning to someone else and saying welcome, or whether that means noticing what parts of ourselves still feel bracing or holding back, and can we say welcome? Can we move closer to ourselves? And we're going to sing 2 upbeat melodies because I want us to move. Okay? Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shemu tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch hafecha Rav lach shevet be'emek habacha vehu yachamol alaichem lav. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Hitnari me'afar kumi livshi bidei tifartechami al yad ben ishai betalachmi korva el nafshi ge'ala. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekavela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaich nigla. lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela ya la 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 ay alay ay alay ya la 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 ya ay alay ala la la ya lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela pnei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi velo tikali ma tishtochachi ומה תמי בך יחסו אני עמי ונבנתה עיר על תפילה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה You can be seated. So many years ago, 10 years ago probably, I was at Isabella Friedman farm having a very hard entry into Shabbat, and I called a friend and I asked him for a melody to help me move into Shabbat. And this is the melody that we've been singing for Psalm 92 on page 22. Hi, Fafi. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Hi, buddy. So Rafi, so we're going to sing. This is very indulgent. Rafi's teething very badly, so I'm going to invite us to offer comfort to baby Baf, and also as tenderly as we would want to comfort a 1-year-old who is teething very profoundly. I also want us. It's easier to do that to a tiny, pathetic baby. That's right. That's you. But I also want us to be able to, that's a practice, as we sing this song, as we enter into Shabbat, to offer comfort, to sing this song, an entry into Shabbat, extending comfort, not in one direction, but letting our prayers move, our wishes for comfort move, even to you, Fafi Faf, but not limited to. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat, shir leyom haShabbat. We'll rise together on page 28. We'll rise en route as we call each other to prayer. Ya la 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 la. You may be seated. As we come to page 30 and we bless on movements between light and dark, this is a blessing on the breakdown of binaries. It's just a breakdown of saying we get to hold it. And on this month, as we enter into Pride Month, it feels very sweet, but it feels sweet to bless on the breakdown of binaries every Shabbos. So I'm going to invite us to just take a moment in the Hebrew and the English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'kramim ha'mariv ha'ravim b'chokhmah potech she'arim v'una משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המריב הרבים. On page 32, we bless on enduring, boundless love. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל עמך, אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Please rise and root for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Page 36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך המשוך בך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Before we sing together Michamocha, it's my joy to invite to the Bima Nat Ching Deutsch, who is a very beloved darshan here in this community. I feel like Nat, people want to know when you're giving Divrei Torah because people want to come to hear you teach. Nat is graduating. You've graduated. It's done. And come, please come. I'm vamping while you approach. And I just want to say, Nat, I have learned so much from your Torah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And it's really an honor to be able to. Sick rabbi maneuver.
All right, Shabbat Shalom this time. We're switching it up. I am honored to speak to you today at the end of my class's time here at Shir Tikva. I was told to write something, but I am not such a self-starter that I can just write off nothing, so will be about the Parsha this week, Bamidbar. Unfortunately for me, however, Bamidbar is not a Parsha known for being very interesting. So, you get that in the fall, but it's the spring, so you get kind of less interesting stuff. Bamidbar, in fact, mostly consists of a census of the Israelites, as well as some detailed instructions for the use of the tabernacle. For now, though, I'll focus on a verse solely at the beginning of the Parsha. Miven esrim shana b'ma'aleh kol yita tzava b'Yisrael tifkdo otem nitzatom ata ve'aharon. From the age of 20 years and upward, everyone going out to the armed forces in the people of Israel, you are to count them according to their forces, you and Aaron. Here, God is talking to Moses at the beginning of the Parsha, commanding the census that will take up most of it. The Or HaChaim, an 18th century Moroccan commentary known for its importance in Hasidism, comments on this and connects it to a verse in Pirkei Avot, which is a text dealing with Mishnaic sages' teachings that aren't so specifically legalistic. It's often translated as ethics of the fathers. And Pirkei Avos reads on this, at 5 years, the teaching of Scripture, at 10, the study of Mishnah, at 13, subject to the commandments, at 15, the study of Talmud, at 18, the bridal canopy, at 20, pursuit. The Or HaChaim reads these things together. It reads the Pirkei Avot text with the text from the Torah, saying that pursuit refers to pursuit of the enemy in battle. But what does this tour through Jewish text say to us today? I think the key thing here in the Pirkei Avot is the sequence of events given. First you must study, and then you go off to fight. Theory must come before practice. And, notably, why is marriage invoked? While, to my knowledge, none of my Shir Tikva classmates have gone under the chuppah yet. I think that's a very good thing. That is not what this is entirely about. I think in this text, marriage is best viewed as a way to tie people to their community, as well as to tie different communities together. Not only must study come before action, so must connection to the community to which you belong, to which you are fighting for. If we are only concerned with decisiveness, all we do will just be empty motion. These two things, connectedness and understanding, are why Jewish youth programming, I believe, is so important. It gives young Jews, like me and like Joe and like my whole class, the principles and connections that we need to act as adults in our Jewish community and as Jews in the broader world. So I was saying this with thank you all for your support over the years. I've really appreciated it.
Yasher koach. Oh my goodness, Yasher koach. I am grateful. Hello. Speaking of youths tied to community. I think it gives us great comfort not to hear that drash grounding us in our youth being tied and connected and finding meaning and direction through their community. And we hope that you keep, and Joe, that you keep, and your class keeps coming back and teaching us, bringing the world back to us, pushing us, illuminating our tradition, and making sense of this moment. I'm grateful my kids are here to get to listen to you. So they have something to aim towards too. Bye. Love you. Good Shabbos. So Nat and I were trying to figure out where his beautiful kavanah would go tonight, and we thought micha mocha, the sense of how do we move through the narrow place? How do we move through together? How do we bind each other up as we move? And what a marvelous kavanah, Nat. Yasher koach. So we'll sing on page 40. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele, Malchutecha ra'u banecha, Pokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Zelianu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Yai alai lai, ai alai lai, ai alai lai, alalai, ai lai, ai alai lai, ai alai, ai lai, ai lai, alalai, ai alai, alai, ai alai, alai, ai yo, ai alai, alai, alalai yo, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני קהל ישראל. We'll sing on page 42. And we're going to sing a favorite of Shir Tikva. We don't have the English in our book. Some of you know the English, and I'm hoping that others who don't know the English will sing along anyway, making up the words that you wish, or just singing Yaidadai. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom ve'hamideinu Shomreinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha V'takneinu b'etza tova milefanecha V'hoshienu leman shemecha. Grant us peace as we lay down and close our eyes. You will shelter me and my family 'neath the shadow of your wings. Keep us safe and lift us up to life renewed. And through every storm, you will keep us warm, filled with love and light. Watching over us, you will carry us safely through the night. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom ve'hamideinu Shomreinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha V'takneinu b'etza tova milefanecha V'hoshienu leman shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים. We'll rise and root on page 44 as we sing Vishamru. take the next moments for personal prayer. We'll begin on page 46 and join together on page 62 in song again. You're invited to use the words of the Siddur and the words of your heart to find a few moments in prayer. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Vimru, Himru, Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, imru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, imru, amen. We'll take this time to pray for healing of body, for healing of spirit. We'll turn together to page 253 and sing, and then pause, and I'll invite you please to share names of people that you're praying for. And then we'll seal in blessing. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor haberacha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Tonight we're praying for Mi sheberach imotenu mekor haberacha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So this is a tender Shabbat for me, and I can imagine it's a tender Shabbat for many of you. And I have spent all week long in conversation. And I want to reflect to you that my experience so I became lead rabbi of Shir Tikva in August. And so my experience of getting to know this community as lead rabbi over these last 9 months, 10 months, has been one of watching a community try to learn how to live with integrity and how to turn to our tradition to ask, to give us material, to give us courage to be truthful in the context of a catastrophe. And we as a community have been working so hard. We've been working so hard. There are people who have been choosing not to come because it's been so hard, and I know that's been really hard. And there have been people who have been choosing to come, and that's been really hard. And through it all, we've been really pouring our hearts into the work of being a community together, being a Jewish community together, turning to our tradition to say, hey, what do you have to teach us? And turning to ourselves to say, what do we have to teach our tradition? Now, I have been a Shir Tikva for 7 years. I know. What is time anymore? Parshat Bamidbar actually is a very special parsha for me because it was the last parsha that I taught at BJ in New York, and it was the parsha where I said thank you and goodbye. And so I remember exactly where I was when I gave Torah on this parsha 7 years ago. And for me this year, it feels really profound to be teaching Torah on Parshat Bamidbar. And I understand a little bit about what it means to be teaching in cycles and how it is we tell time in cycles. And that Shabbat 7 years ago, I prepared so much. My every word, if Noam were here, he'd be nodding hours and hours. And this Shabbat, I barely have anything written because I've spent this week in conversation. I've spent this week with Abby and with our beloved board, working on how to hold the prayer for ceasefire as a Jewish community, imperfectly, brokenheartedly. How can we tell truth about this moment in a community that is gorgeously intergenerational, powerfully diverse? How do we fall in love with our community as the world is shaking in the face of catastrophe? And I am so grateful to our board for saying, we're going to try. We're going to try. Can we please try? So I actually have words on page. They're not a full dvar. What I want to do is I want to teach you a piece of Torah. I want to tell you something about our parsha, and I want to offer a blessing, okay? This piece of Torah that I taught our board yesterday before we had one of the most exquisite and honest conversations about how, as Jews, we pray and act for ceasefire, and not just for ceasefire, but through ceasefire towards something different, towards safety and self-determination for Israelis and Palestinians, for a way of being Jewish in the world that feels possible and safe, for a way of being Muslim in the world that feels possible and safe, for a way of embodying justice and having humility without treating each other like we're dispensable. Not a small order. And our board is an incredible and exhausted group of people who have led us through COVID and the uprising and a leadership crisis and a catastrophe. And here we are. So thank you. The midrash that I taught comes from Bereshit Rabbah, and it talks about 4 angels. As God is getting ready to create humans, on the 6th day of creation, there are angels who are in arguments with each other, okay? The angel of chesed, of compassion, says, create humans. They're going to do good work. And the angel of truth says, don't create humans. They're going to lie. The angel of justice says, create humans. They're going to transform each other and do righteous acts. And another angel says, they're going to destroy everything. Don't do it. They're all right. And God takes the angel of truth. God takes Emet and throws Emet onto the earth. The angels say, what did you do? And God says, truth grows from the ground. Truth springs up from the land. Another interpretation, humans embody truth. What's the paradox there? So many truths. So many truths. Our work now, and I'm saying this to you, and I hope you say it to everyone, is to listen to each other's truths. Is to listen to each other's truths, and here's the last coda of this midrash. It's the best one. The angels are all arguing. God creates people. They don't even notice. They look up and they're like, oh, it's too late. We keep acting. We keep trying. We listen to each other. We reach to each other. We believe each other. And we keep trying. My prayer for us, and then I'm going to teach us a little bit about Bamidbar, but my prayer for us is that this next chapter of our work together is grounded deeply in tshuva, is grounded deeply in our commitment to action and our ability to reflect and say, okay, what did we learn? How can we find each other? Where are we going? How can I repair? Slow, messy, but it's our tradition helping us find our way. And so the piece of Torah that I want to offer, are we breathing? Are we sure? Nat mentioned a census. All of the folks who are of military age, right? Getting lined up and counted. And our tradition teaches we find out how many people are in each tribe, how many people are there. Though our parsha uses the word pakad 20 times to refer to this act of counting. Pakad, lifkod means to pay attention. It means to visit. It means to seek out. And it also, pakad, lifkod, has within it paying attention to what's absent, to what isn't there. Aviva Zornberg points out that after the battle against the Midianites at the end of the book of Bamidbar, the Pekudim, those who are appointed to make the count of survivors, report to Moshe, your servants have made a check of the warriors in our charge, and not one of us is missing, not one of us is nifkad, from that same root. So to pay attention to what is there, and who is there, and who is missing, right? So we notice in this first census of our parsha, this wilderness generation who's being counted, all of these people who are being counted will die in the wilderness. This counting is an unstated register of those who aren't going to complete the journey, but we count them here. But let's recognize it's not a full count, that this is a list of names who are all male. And even this then invites us into a deeper counting, because we, who are counting along with Torah, get to count the women and the children and the elders and those who are not lined up, right? We actually count people in. That's part of the lifkod, to sense what's missing and to make space. And so I want to offer us a meditation. I want to offer us this chance to pay attention, to count and come aware of ourselves and of our place in community in this moment. And I want to use the words of Rabbi Yael Levi to invite us into that posture of a gracious, compassionate counting. So she invites us to imagine a wilderness stretching before us. And we step onto the unfolding path. Within the exploration and discovery, the divine calls, take notice of whom you walk with. Take notice of who is by your side. Be aware of whom you can count on and who can count on you. Lift your eyes to the greater community and see who among you are valued, who are counted, and who are deemed unworthy of consideration. Here in the wilderness of life's journey, let it be that we accept each other's frailties and lift up each other's strengths. Let it be that we honor each other's abilities and allow for our failings and mistakes. Let us see that this life is vast and deep, and there is a place for all of us. There is enough need and opportunity for everyone to be of use. So let us enter the wilderness with this. Everyone counts. Everyone is of value. Let us recognize the worth in ourselves and each other, and let this call to dignity and respect guide our way. So I want to talk to our seniors. I want to talk to those who are feeling on the outskirts, and to those who are seeking home. And I pray that this tradition and this community keep calling you back to remember that you count, that everyone counts and everyone is of value. And may this call to dignity and respect guide your way, guide you home, guide us through. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to accelerate, I'm going to move announcements here, and then we'll go back into the service, which is to say, we need to talk to each other. I feel very grateful that I get to talk to you, but there are going to be many chances for us to keep finding each other to talk and to work. The first of which is this Sunday. At what time? 11:30 on Zoom and in person. Just continue to connect. So let's take a big breath. So we're going to bless, okay? We'll use the words in our colorful sheets. And I am going to invite our Zoom blessers to prepare yourselves with beautiful blessings. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hane'arim, vayikarev bahem shemi, v'shem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, v'yidgu larov b'kerev haaretz. Yisimchem Elohim kesara, kerivka, kerachel uchelea, כפריים וכמנשה, יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יללי, יללי, איי, איי. Yalalai, 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 oh. May you always feel counted. May we listen to each other's truths. May we always reach for each other. May we feel listened to and heard by trusted people, and in turn listen to and hear when those trusted people speak to us. May we learn a million meanings of home from each other. May we stop all wars and tend to our spiritual needs. May we open ourselves towards holding multiple truths. May we take no census because human value is not based on numbers. May we continue to stand for peace. May we always listen with our hearts and include everyone. May we strive to welcome those big-hearted feelings instead of trying to turn them away. May we feel and be worthy of being included, all of us. Ken yehi ratzon yananai yalalai 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 yalalai. This is beautiful. Barbara Wiener came in with a winner at the end. May we always try. Ken yehi ratzon. May we, I'm going to add one, and then we're going to seal our service. But I can imagine that one unifying experience in this room and in our community is that it has been, in moments, impossible to hold the fullness of our identities. And it has been very, very hard to know how to show up as Jews. Sometimes in Jewish space, sometimes in non-Jewish space. And I pray and I dedicate this community to being a space where we can figure out how to live Jewishly in a way that lifts that up. These blessings in our chat. And let's keep each other accountable to that, okay? So we will begin to seal our service. We'll turn together to page 284. And rise. We'll pause here and we get to recite. Actually, we'll save counting the Omer till the very end, so we're as close to sunset as possible. Let's be seated. We'll take this time now to remember to say Kaddish. We've been singing Oseh Shalom before reciting Kaddish for many months. We've sung it with feelings of such grief. I've been finding myself recently, as we've sung Oseh Shalom, holding open space for all of the people who have been killed in these many, many months in war. To feel a lot of impatience and rage, grief, and also determination. So I want to invite, but this we sing to allow us to feel it. And we sing to allow us to remember. So we'll sing Oseh Shalom, and then we'll recite Kaddish. We'll recite our Kaddish list and Kaddish. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. It's the tradition in our community to share stories of people we're remembering. If I've come to the end of our community's list and I haven't said your loved one's name, I'm going to invite you at the end of the list to raise your hand, and I'll come to you and I'll invite you to share their names in a story. We're in Shloshim for Chelsea Di Pasquale Hunton, godchild of Mariasha Katz, and Corey Becker, uncle of Julie Jacobs. And we observe the yard sites of Kathy Christoffel, beloved member of Shir Tikva. I got to know Kathy at the end of her life, and she was brilliant, loved the woods, loved the coast of Maine, and faced her diagnosis and the end of her life with an incredible amount of courage, conviction, and generosity. Gerko Tselag, Bori's father, Nicholas Decker-Weiss, Kate's nephew, Sylvia Feschbach, David's grandmother, Ebert Harris, Shep's father, Ben Nazin, Lisa's father, Lily Munzer, Deborah Munzer-Doy's mother, Bruce Niemer, Gail Friedman's uncle, Steve Newman, Jane's brother.
It's been a year, and I thought I had this down, and I guess I don't. He had a lot of challenges, but he loved to play. He loved video games. He loved music, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, the Three Stooges, which are not music. He would play pool and gently put the ball into the side pocket when you were not supposed to be looking. And I loved him dearly. And he loved me.
Arnold Newman, Eric's father, Maynard George Sauter, Sia's father.
Can't help but think of my dad tonight. He was the real character, and he'd probably say, people, don't be down, bend it towards the good. He just thought of doing the right thing. And he loved talking with people, anyone, and he ended up being an expert in personnel law, which made sense. And he realized in his job people would come to him with questions on personnel law, and he realized he needed to write a book. So he wrote a book of common language book on personnel law, and it became a bestseller. And sure, it was assigned as a textbook in law school, that was part of it, but we'd have friends and family come over and say, oh, Maynard, you know, let me see your book. And goes, well, it's not like a novel. And they said, no, just let me see it. And they'd start reading it, and they'd get into it. Who would have thought a law book could be a page turner? It's how he wrote it and how he organized it. It was just kind of a story about the law, and people go, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was my rights. And I think that's what his whole purpose is, to tell lawyers, to tell human resource people, this is how you need to treat people, and it's to your benefit. And people know your rights. And I remember when he retired, they asked him for words of advice, and he said, well, remember, business is people. And it's such a good thing to remember, business is people. It's not about money, it's not about technology, it's about the people.
Sylvia Schwartz-Grossman, Mickey Donofsky's aunt, Howard Siegel, Hal Siegel's father, Diane Siegel, Jeff Siegel's mom and beloved member of Shir Tikva, Frances Small, Sarah's grandmother, Rosalind Troop, Sarah Kasten's grandmother,
It's the 1-year anniversary of my grandma's death, or will be. She passed away the day before Shavuot, so that's always going to be the yard site, so that's kind of hard. But she was 92 years old. She was present my entire life and every event in my life I can really remember. And yet I still feel like I didn't know her very well. And other than the fact that I know she suffered from mental illness for a whole of her life, and growing up in the 30s and 40s and 50s, none of that, and the generational trauma that she carried and everything else. But I don't know. I think about her, and my one regret is that and I knew she was an artist. She went to the Art Institute of Chicago. But even then, I don't know much more about it or what kind of things that she did. So I think that's just thinking about her and being very happy to have returned to Jewish space. And yeah.
Frida Weinstein, Miriam's grandmother, Norman Weissman, Robert's father, and Jack Ziegler, a beloved member of Shir Tikva. Are there other names that people would like to add? I'll invite our community please to rise in body and spirit. We'll turn together to page 294 for Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'lamei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei d'kudsha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam Rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. You may be seated. I'm going to invite up Abby Shane, beloved member of the board. So I would say, just make these on very
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Abby Shane. I use she, her pronouns. I am vice president of the board of trustees until Sunday. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for being with us tonight. It's fun that people keep coming to our party. World's longest party, once a week. At the end of the service, please return the prayer books to the usher table where Harry Adler will receive them, separate the colorful pages from them, and restore them to their shelf. Thank you to everybody who made tonight possible, Rabbi Ariel, Gordon, Eric, the Makom Minyan, and Lori Sweet. And thank you to our Shomrim and security for your steady presence and keeping us safe so that we can daven. Sunday is a big day for us. It's our annual meeting. It's in our bylaws as our founders made time for us to come together to do the business work and heart work of our community, and we have some work we need to do. At 11:30, you can join us for unscripted conversation, questions, connecting online and in person. There's no agenda, there's just relationships. And at 12:30, specifically about Israel-Palestine. Thank you. It's a little too obvious to me at this point in the week. At 12:30, there is an agenda. We have specific bylaws, things we need to do, and we need a quorum. We need you to come. Many of you know that I'm being considered for president. There are no other candidates. Please come. Please vote on things like our budget and such things. It is Shabbat. We will not do our work now. We will on Sunday, God willing, that people come. Shabbat Shalom. See you on Sunday.
That was such a plaintive request. God willing that people come. Tomorrow morning at 10:30, we're launching a new Shabbat, a once a month Shabbat morning service. So it will be for all the other months of the summer on the first Shabbat of the month, but this is the second. So I really hope to see you tomorrow at 10:30. There will be laning, there will be Torah discussion, there will be singing, and there will be nash. So please, if it's a potluck, bring. There will be nash if you bring it. There will be a quorum if you come on Sunday, and there will be nash if you bring it. I feel like this is really Shir Tikva's roots, though. It's like, if we do it together. So thank you. And thank you so much. Jane Newman will be laning. We're very excited. And Shavuot is next week, Tuesday into Wednesday. We will be here all night long for a night of community study. And it feels so exciting to be able to gather together with other community organizations and just to be able to dig into Torah and open to, God willing, the revelation we need. So here we go. We're going to bless. But before we do, I know you're going to be going out to dinner, you seniors, and we're going to be sending you some presents. Hooray for presents. But I just want to say, because it was my joy to get to know you teenagers in your Bar Mitzvah. Like, we've known each other a long time. And I just really want to bless you and your classmates, because you're members of a pretty formidable class. Just know what you're about, right? Like, I think that Shir Tikva, God willing, has been a place where you're able to show up in exactly who you are and feel received for that. And I hope that as you enter into your next learning environments and as you build lives for yourselves, that you are able to really show up proud and grounded and know that we have your backs. And we're so excited to hear what you do. So come back and brag. Okay, and we're going to be asking your parents about it too. Mazal tov. I want to invite anyone who wants to be close to Kiddush, up to really anyone who wants to help me bless. It's a choose your own adventure. Who feels like coming to the Bima? It could be everyone. Thank you. Can I say a special thing? Sure. Okay. I also want to say Mazal Tov to Sid, who went to mikvah this week and entered community fully. Mazal Tov to you. What a beautiful, beautiful week. Yay. Will you lift the Kiddush cup? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta im kol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'beratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashavat l'chaim. We'll uncover the challah. Go ahead and drink. Yes, please. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Go ahead. We'll seal in song by counting the Omer, and then you'll be invited to go out for some treats. I'll invite the community to rise, and an undetermined prize to whoever can tell me what page the Omer is on. Frankie gets a prize.
Hey, that's only the right.
Okay, we'll wait. Perhaps page 278. Okay, prize to Frank. Leshem yichud kudsha brichu shchinte hineni muchana umzumenet lekayem mitzvat aseh Sheva Shabbatot Temimot tiena. Sheva Shabbatot Temimot tiena. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav etzivanu al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer. Hayom shisha ve'arba'im yom shehem shisha shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer. This is the 46th day. What? That makes it 6 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. We are so close, and this is the last Shabbat of counting together. See you on Shavuot. Good Shabbos, everyone. Yalalala, yalalala.